Nice.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is Conversations with Ladies Who Launch, and today I have the absolute pleasure to interview one of my biz besties, one of my clients, and a true expert in her field, Orit Krug. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And you're a relationship and trauma expert, you're a dance movement therapist, you're so many things, and I love watching you do your thing. So I can't wait to hear a little bit more about the behind the scenes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so my first question is, how would you introduce yourself if you were doing it in the way that you would love for your raving fans to be talking about you?
How would I introduce myself? Like if my fans were...
When they're like, hey, this is Orit. He is the...
I'm like, should I have listened to these questions maybe before? Okay. Oh, wow. I think, yeah, this is Orit. She has helped me be and live in my body and be whole and connected in a way that nothing else has ever helped me before, in a way that makes me feel free and worthy of love and so connected to myself and my partner and beyond. And she's freaking awesome. She changed my life.
Oh,
that was actually part of this, like, honestly, part word for word, a testimonial that I got earlier this year.
Yeah,
it's cool. Like one of those testimonials you get and you're like, oh, this is it. I'm doing my dream work.
That's why I'm doing this.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
How exciting. That's so cool. And so in Conversations with Ladies Who Launch, basically my sole aim is to kind of give people a picture of what the behind the scenes of women's businesses really look like, because I think that we get carried away in our own brains with the picture perfect business and how it's really going. So we kind of talk about the cheeky, good, bad, ugly in terms of launching and your business generally. So when was your first launch? Did you even call it a launch, and how did it go?
I don't even know what a launch is anymore.
Well, like, exactly.
When I first learned business strategy, it was like, do a webinar and then send like 3 emails after it and present your program. And so in my mind, that was a launch. And that was, I don't know, almost 3 years ago. But now, 3 years later, doing a launch in my way, in a way that's not according to other people's rules, but in my way, I'm like, what? I didn't launch. I just like try to throw some templates together to make people buy into my work or something like that. Not make people, but inspire them to. And then I think I had a lot of launches that weren't true launches, but were I've been doing this for a while. I've been creating connections. I've been gaining traction, and I had started doing free relationship reviews, which I still do to this day. But that was like earlier on, and I was like, oh, I'm going to decide to sell a group program, and I was just like, had a really good run of yeses on calls. And I was like, I think I just launched a group program. I got, the first 3 ladies in there. It's a high ticket program. So that's very successful in my perspective. And my coach was like, you just launched your program. You just did a $10,000 launch without even launching. I was like, I guess I did. But even today, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's really a launch.
Yes, it is mine.
Okay. Cool.
So the whole reason I like talking about launching is because people have this big, beautiful picture of what launching is and how they can't do it. And whenever I talk to, like, I've had some pretty successful people on here, including yourself. And when I talk to people about launching, this is their response. Do I launch? I don't know whether I launch. Some people really do call it launching, but they're like, I don't do it in the normal way. So I love having these conversations about them.
Oh, good. I need to watch them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I love having these conversations about launching, and it's exactly the reason why I'm doing it, is because it's like, hang on, how are people really doing this thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess
yeah,
sorry, I was going to say for me, I have worked with some high profile coaches and like really high profile 7-figure coaches. And I'm like, wow, they got like every piece of their launch down to a T, and it's so organized and strategically planned. And I'm like, man, I want to get there someday. But I don't even know. I don't even know if that's going to be my way ever. I mean, I would like for it to be more automated, but that person who I'm just referring to is a business coach, and I'm a trauma coach. And it's like, you can't compare, really. You can't compare your own launch in one service, even business coach to business coach. Like, who are you working with? Are you working with highly sensitive entrepreneurs? Then that's still probably a different launch than someone who's not working with that audience. So
totally. And so you touched on it, but what does a launch look like for you? So we're just talking about, like, do you have an 8-week plan that you follow where you're posting content every day, or how do you do it these days? Even if you don't call it a launch, how do you get people to buy your stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, my favorite ever launch that I actually consider a launch was just launching my membership program, the Lasting Love Sisterhood. And that was the most exciting, unique way I've ever put anything out there in the world. So I consider the beginning of that launch, actually, I was just saying, I was really inspired by you launching your membership program. And you wrote about in an email, like, I was told to do this, but I just did this. And I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I was like, oh my God, yes. And then I was like, it's time, Orit. It's time to do your membership program. And I had ideas about it in the past, but I didn't really understand how I could do it because, I work with people who've experienced trauma and it's stored in their bodies, and I can't just put them in front of a computer in a course and bam, they're healed. Like, it has to be interactive. And so I was like, I'm going to move it. I'm a dance movement therapist, and I like to walk my talk, walk my walk, walk my talk. If I'm going to be inspiring my community to move through struggles and challenges and through not knowing the answers to things, I'm going to do the same thing. And you know that I do because you've seen plenty of my movement videos. And so I was like, all right, I'm just going to move what this program should be and feel and include. And I got so much clarity within just the first time I moved. Like, you hear from coaches, okay, launch this day, and then you do your deadline this day, do your early bird or whatever. There's just all these rules, and don't let anyone in after the date, but then reopen. There's just so many things you can do that you can follow what other people are doing. But I got this idea of like this super tight knit community. So in my movement, I was like, I am going to launch it for a short period of time and then close the doors. Before that, closing doors was just a sales tactic, but this had real meaning behind it. And that's just one example of doing my launch. And then I was working with a business coach at the time, and somehow we got into this conversation. She's like, how do you want to do it? And I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to like tease it out and be mysterious about it. And I remembered in grad school studying dance movement therapy, we identified our movement repertoires. So the set of movements we tend to move in, which symbolizes how we tend to express ourselves and cope with the world. And mine was this thing called spell drive. And it's this very kind of hypnotic way of connecting with people and drawing people in. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so you. And I was like, that is me. And I was like, that's how I'm going to do it. So I tease it out and be like, I just posted my dance. This is what I imagine of the Lasting Love Sisterhood. what do you think? And I did a bunch of that. And then I actually, and as part of my dance, I was given the guidance, I guess. I came to awareness that I want to connect with some former clients who did my higher ticket program, Let Love In. And so I did speak to a few of them as well. And I started, at the end of every conversation, I was like, can I follow up with an early bird price so you can be the first to know? And like those were my initial set of members, sisters, we call them. And I would just post in my Facebook group, we got one member of the Lasting Love Sisterhood, we got two, we got three, and the number kept going up before I even launched it. And then what did I do? I didn't do anything I guess you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to do like a webinar, you're supposed to do a challenge or go on live all the time. And I emailed my list and I said, I'm coming out with this program. Click here if you don't want to receive notifications about it or emails about it. And then I just sent a few emails. I didn't plan any of them in advance. I just truly felt in my body, like, what do they need to hear right now? What do they need to know? Which was helpful, because I was already talking to some people who were like, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to jump in. I don't know if I want to do it. I was talking through that to them through Messenger. I was getting feedback and I just like took it in and then responded through my marketing, my emails, my social media posts. And anyway, long story short, we ended up with 32 members of the membership without getting on one single call, without doing anything that felt like too much for me. Yeah, it was great. It was dream worthy, really.
Oh, that's so inspiring. And I just love, like I love that you tapped into your inner resources. And for anyone watching, like, yes, Orit has this special ability to do it via movement, but you have your special way of doing it too. Like when I started working with Orit and we did a lot of hypnosis and we've done a whole bunch of stuff, but one of the things that we kept coming back to is like, how do you know how to do this with your resources? And so we would, like, sometimes I'd find myself guiding you through movement stuff, which I know nothing about, but it was your inner resources, and everybody has their own version of that. And I think if we come from that place where we feel aligned, that word is thrown around a lot, but what happens is, I don't know what happens universal, like in the universe, but what happens is whatever you present to the world makes sense because it's in your energy. People can feel your vibe and it makes sense. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story with us. That's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about a specific time when you felt ease in your business? And what did it look like? Like, so it doesn't have to be the whole thing felt easy, just a little glimpse of what easy looks like, and what, one of those aha moments where you're like, I need to do that more often.
That's a good question, because I struggle with this a lot. Like, I'm still breaking the structure of what I need to do and what needs to happen to have a successful business. The most primary one being like, I need to be on social media all the time, and I actually don't. And I'm actually really experimenting with this right now, which scares the crap out of me. But experimenting with this idea of I can just be full on visible and launch for a month and then just hang back for another month. And I'm just make, or hang back for 2 months, or I don't know. I'm still working it out, but that I can make just as much income, get just as much traction in the 1 month that I can really show up versus the 3 months that I would have tried to push.
Totally. Do you know, I have the best example. Remember that time when you, like, there was this hustle part of you that just wanted to sit at your desk every day, and then you went on holidays and you were like, oh my God, I made more money when I was on holidays because I was just doing the things that were important.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't doing anything. I think I was just chilling. I didn't even have internet connection. And I think that was the time you're talking about, because I was on a cruise It's like, okay, whatever. I mean, it is.
I think it turned into multiple times, right? That was your
yeah, no, it was every single time I go on vacation or I take a break, you know, a longer extended break for myself. Like I just had a baby in September and we haven't done anything, not just because of baby, but because of COVID. And in June, just the beginning of this, no, last month, we finally went away for a night. It was glorious. And when I came back and checked my email, I had a new client. You know, I had a 3K sale and I was like, oh shit, you know, I think I had gone through I had just launched my sisterhood, my membership program. And I was like, oh, I'm not getting any like high ticket clients now, which I know is supposed to happen, right? When you sell to all your warm leads in this lower, whatever. But I was still like, not getting any high ticket client. And then we went away. And then I was like, there it is. I don't think I ever allowed myself to truly rest from launching the membership, probably because it felt so easy, but I still need to rest. So yeah, it's always on vacation. Something where I connect back to myself.
Yeah. So
that makes it easy.
So nice. And what about a specific kind of challenge that you've had in business and how did you get through?
Just one challenge? There's so many. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the revisiting self-doubt. I mean, I think it, you know, through working with you, through doing my own movement, through just, you know, over time, I trust the process more. But it's just like every time there's a slowing down, and I don't think it's even slowing down. It's like something has shifted, right? There's a pandemic, something has shifted, or now we're post-pandemic, something has shifted, or it's summertime, you know, I don't know. Every time there's something that shifts a little bit, it's like the first impulse I always have is like, is this not working anymore? Is this not going to work? And I think that's the biggest challenge for me, is trusting that it's most of the time, it's just my business is telling me something and I just need to take a moment to listen and make the adjustments.
Yeah.
And
it's building that trust. Like most of the time, I think for you and I, like the trust gets stronger and stronger, but we still have our wobbly bits. But
yeah, it's like intellectually, I know what's going on. Yeah. But there's, and it does grow and it does get deeper and more stable, but it's still like,
what if you don't experience it?
Yeah, for sure. So that's challenging. I think you told me this before. I don't know if you still feel this way, but I agree that having a business is harder than raising a baby.
Yeah.
You still agree?
I don't even remember saying that, but yeah, like it's the biggest personal development journey you'll ever go on. Like it's the most visible, for sure.
Yeah. I have a hard time with comparisonitis as well. Yeah, I have to really bring my attention back to myself when I'm seeing, certain other people like killing it. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And comparing myself to people I really have no business comparing myself to, because I don't know their story. I don't know when they started. I don't know what kind of resources it's just, comparing is just so silly, but I do find myself in that.
You don't have the real data to compare yourself to. You've only got like a glimpse of what, So I always say the best person to compare yourself to is yourself.
Yeah. And it's interesting because this was a challenge of mine when I began Facebook ads. There was, you have to spend a good amount of money usually to even know what's working or to even get a kind of a system that's working. And even then it's always changing. And so, on the outside, it was like, oh, I'm getting all these clients, I'm bringing in all this money. But, when you look at income versus expense, I was like, I'm spending so much money too. And so I always try to remind myself that like these stories of how much people are bringing in, you don't know what their actual profit is. You don't know if they're even in profit, and it just doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter going down that road.
No,
But
no.
that was challenging for me as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, you know, as women in business, we've got to keep reminding each other of that. Like, don't look at them, look at you. Don't look at them, look at you. Yeah, cool. And so what do you think have been the best supports that have helped you along the way? Like, it can be mindset, strategy, practical things you do yourself, stuff you hire, like go anywhere you want.
This is going to be so cheesy, but the first answer that came to me, which I don't want anyone to take the wrong way, is like, I could not do this without my husband's support. I'm very surprised by that answer, but I actually think about it often. Like, I think it's crucial to have a supportive partner. And he's not always supportive in the way I want him to be. Like, he's very analytical, and I'm like, well, I just got to move this. And he's like, no, like, this is what you have to do. And very left brain about it. But yeah, I would say number one, I don't think I could do any of this without his support. And then number two, what has been the most helpful? I think I don't even know if I would like rate it on a scale, because I feel like every part of my journey is there for a reason. Like today, I'll tell you, I will never hire, I don't know, never. See, I don't know. Things could always change.
Yeah.
But at this moment in the future that I can see, I will not hire a coach that tells me what strategy to do. I won't. But I needed that. I needed that for my first year because I had no idea how to run an online business. I did not know any strategy. But today I'm like, no, I'm going to find my flow and my way. And I know all the things. Like, I know the strategy for the most part, at least at this stage. And so, I could sit here and be like, this was more helpful than business strategy, but it was all necessary, it was all needed. Working with you is really, I know we're kind of like still working together on and off, but yeah, it was super helpful. Like, some serious mind-blowing sessions that we had together where it really taught me that I have all the tools that I need and I can trust myself. And even if I don't see an answer or have clarity right away, it's there. Just the visualizations that we've gone into. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, the glass box is obviously this huge overall theme of like, I remember I was in Australia and I was like, Anthea, I need a session. And you took a last minute session with me, and there was this glass box and I felt like I just couldn't get through. You're like, what can you do? You could use your imagination. There's anything you can do. And I was like, I can't get through it.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what the actual thing that helped me get through, but eventually I found a way.
Yeah.
And that, I think it was the week after I sold my first 3K package. Actually, I sold two first 3K packages in one evening after struggling for a very long time. So yeah, working with you, I did some EFT with Anita Kaiser as well, and that was really helpful in a lot of different areas of my life, including business. Recently worked with Stephanie Endetto Padovani. I said her name wrong. And she's more of a business coach who's like, just play by your rules. And like, that's what I needed at that time in my life. I worked with Tash Corbin in the very, very beginning of my business, and that was super helpful. Melinda Kiddo, who helped me be a badass at copywriting, and Orit Krug, who she really understood me and my business and helped me build a kick-ass funnel that I still use today. So like, everyone, I'm sure I haven't named everyone, but everyone has given me value at the right times in my business journey. So, and now I think I connect a lot with myself. I use movement. I have built the ability to trust myself and listen to my own inner whatever, my inner coach, I guess, my inner guide. So,
And how powerful is that? And that's what I would like, as you say that, I'm like, I want every woman in business to have that. Trusting, being able to trust themselves. So cool.
Yeah, well, you're totally creating that movement. So,
well, as I think we've witnessed, like, I'm a piece of the puzzle. I'm a piece of the puzzle just for you, a piece of the puzzle in other people's lives. Yeah, cool, awesome. Thank you so much. And off the top of your head, is there anyone you would like me to interview about their launches or behind the scenes in their business? You can get back to me on this one if you can't think of anyone. I'm creating a little.
Wow, the person that I was talking about, like the very high profile entrepreneur, her name is Selena Sue.
Oh,
I can write it down for you.
Yeah,
I did her publicity course.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I feel like it changed my business forever, just being in the course, like not even the content, but being in the course. I'm like, she's so organized and everything is so like looks professional, and it definitely up leveled the way that I run my programs, not in session, but outside of session, like in the in-between support stuff. So yeah, I think she would be open to it too. She's so sweet.
Yeah,
cool. I personally messaged her, and she messaged back. I'm like, cool, okay.
Oh, cool, awesome. Thank you so much. And do you have anything you would like to share with us? What are you in launch of, or what free or paid stuff do you want to tell us about?
Sure. I'll share one free thing, one paid thing. My free Rewired for Love training is the funnel that I just spoke of. Like, it's absolutely incredible. I get feedback that people have learned more in the 30 minutes. It's 3 videos, about 30 minutes total. And people have learned more in those 30 minutes than they have in years of traditional therapy. And like getting that kind of feedback on a free training, right? Like that just feels good. I know that over almost 4,000 people, almost 4,000 women have at least signed up for the training. I don't know how many actually took it, but to know that I've created that much change in just that tiny way is awesome.
And I have watched it. It's amazing. Like,
I
almost think we shouldn't call it a funnel. It's just free piece of Orit's incredibleness.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So that training is, that free training is all about how to heal your trauma, how to rewire your nervous system, and how to break unhealthy patterns in romantic relationships. So it's really geared towards the woman who is in a healthy, loving relationship, but they have old trauma stored in their body. Maybe they don't know it's stored in their body. They experienced old trauma that is making them constantly second guess their relationship or create problems when there really is none. Reacting in fight, flight, freeze, just sabotaging relationship, and they want to shift it so that they don't break it apart, and so they can not only save their relationship but really enjoy and let in healthy, lasting love. And then actually, I'm just going to share one more free thing, because those things lead to my paid programs. And people who come into those spaces will find a way to the paid programs when they feel called to it. So the second free thing is my free Facebook group, The Lasting Love Movement. Yeah.
Love
that.
That's
like, I don't even know. That's like it's just a free group. No, it's just a free group. It's a free group, but it's also like partly a dream come true. The fact that there are women in there who've been disconnected from their bodies their entire lives because of trauma, and are now finding ways to connect through movement to the point where they can move and post a video of themselves being like just unapologetically themselves and expressing themselves and just owning who they are without, I'm sure there's fear there, but maybe there's fear, but they're still sharing it. They're still allowing themselves to be witnessed, moving through difficult emotions and receiving, allowing themselves to be seen and heard in that. And that's not the only thing that goes on, but that's just like my favorite thing. I strive to have community of people who aren't just stuck in talking and telling the same old stories. They're actually moving through it. And that's really what's happening in the Lasting Love movement. And I'm doing a free 5-day challenge. It's called the Come Home to Your Body Challenge. It's happening July 12th to 16th. So definitely come and join. If all of that sounded scary, that's what the challenge is aimed for, to help you gently and safely connect to your body through movement and be comfortable and even thrive in being seen in it.
Oh, I just love it so much. And I love being in your group, and seeing those gorgeous women move is just like goosebumpy. It's so cool.
Yes.
So yeah, send me the links, will you, later, and we'll add them to this live. And if anyone has any questions or comments for Orit, please pop them down below. I know her very well, and she would be more than happy to come back, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. It's just a matter of, I need to see them. So maybe you can, if you have the ability to tag me.
Yeah, for sure. I will let you know about them when they pop up. Thank you so much for joining me today, Orit. It's, as always, such a pleasure. Like, I love catching up with you. I love having you in my world, and I love being inspired by you. You are a seriously inspirational woman.
Oh, thank you. You inspire me so much too. And this was so fun. I just felt like I was talking to a good friend and forgot we were on Facebook Live.
I know. And that's how I started these, because I was like, I have really cool conversations with women in business, and I just want to show the world.
Yeah.
So, for everyone else, I'm going to end the live now and then chat to Orit offline and say goodbye to her. Bye.
Bye.